plummeted. Harry and Meghan on the verge of bankruptcy as their brands are going to dilute in market. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are at risk of seeing their brand Sussex lose value in the US, after the couple signed up to another job role. Palace Confidential host Joe Elvin made this claim and even went as far as to say that the Sussexes seem to have depleted their value by spreading themselves around so much. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are at risk diluting their brand. This comes after the couple joined Ethic, an ethical investment firm that manages more than $1.3 billion, £946 million. Palace Confidential host Joe Elvin suggested that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex could deplete their value by spreading themselves around so much. The Daily Mail's diary editor Richard Eden said, "They do seem to be successful." Even Daily Mail's diary editor Richard Eden chimed in to say, "They do seem to be successful." The last job Harry got was at BetterUp, a startup advising businesses on mental health and wellness. And this week they announced they had a huge new investment in the company. So they seem good at attracting attention to these companies. Host Joe Elvin asked, "But the more they spread it around, doesn't that deplete their value for these companies?" The Daily Mail columnist Sarah Vine compared the Duke and Duchess to celebrities staring in perfume campaigns. She added, "They are just faces of these brands." Mr. Eden continued, "Presumably they are going to have to limit themselves to a certain number. You couldn't have endless brands. It probably devalues your brand a bit." The couple has been named as impact partners and investors at the New York-based asset manager. Ethic, which was co-founded by British businessman Jay Lipman, invests in projects with socially and environmentally responsible themes. Explaining the move, Meghan told the New York Times this week, "From the world I come from, you don't talk about investing, right? You don't have the luxury to invest. That sounds so fancy. My husband has been saying for years, gosh, don't you wish there was a place where if your values were aligned like this, you could put your money to that same sort of thing?" The New York Times report suggested the couple could attract more attention to sustainable investing. Harry said, "You already have the younger generation voting with their dollars and their pounds, you know, all over the world when it comes to brands they select and choose from." Royal commentator and expert Richard Fitzwilliams made this claim during his interview with the Daily Star and was also quoted saying, "The rift in the royal family does not, so far as we know, appear to have been resolved." They initially had huge support after the extremely destructive interview with Oprah. A lot of what they said, whilst portraying themselves as victims, never stood up to scrutiny. The commentator also shed light on the unpredictable nature of Meghan Markle's decisions, and added, "Harry is writing his autobiography late next year. What, I wonder, will that contain? Quite literally anything could happen." Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have been accused of poor messaging due to their use of private jets. Royal expert Jonathan Saccardotti argued the royal family are very careful when it comes to their brand and messaging. During an interview with Express.co.uk, Mr. Saccardotti argued Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's use of private jets was not smart. He made this claim as the royal couple have routinely publicly decried how important fighting climate change is. He claimed the royal family would not make these mistakes and would be more diligent in their messaging. Mr. Saccardotti said, "Down to the private jets, that is poor messaging. I don't think you would find the royal family messing up so badly. The royal family are not perfect, but to be seen as eco-warriors or environmentalists and then be so frequently flying around in these carbon-emitting private jets is not smart. I don't think it fits in with the very careful messaging and planning the royal family normally engage in. I think that has also underlined the differences in how they are doing things.